I'm Jeff Schwartz at Schwartz Performance. This is our March 2015 update. Right here we've got a 70 Challenger chassis, and this one's going to Texas. They like everything big in Texas, so this is the big 6.4 liter SRT8 Hemi. 470 horsepower out of the box with that thing. It's going to be a really nice car. These chassis bolt to the existing unibody structure, so we take the bolt-in chassis and tie it into the existing unibody structure to give you a really strong car that'll handle all the horsepower that the modern engines put out. As usual, we've got a lot of chassis in production. We've got 12 of them here that are already fabricated, and we're just waiting for parts to come in to finish up the assembly and ship them off to the customers. So what's this? Well, it's a 68 Charger, and it was at another shop, and the owner had surgery and is going to be off for a while, so we took over the project to keep forward momentum for the customer. It also has a Schwartz chassis, and we've got a lot of sheet metal welding to do here. This Chevy S10 project continues to move forward. We've got the steering column fitted to it now, and the master cylinders and pedal assemblies. Last month we were working on the transmission tunnel. We finished that up, and then we also had to modify the bench seat to clear the transmission tunnel. Customer was very firm that he wanted a bench seat in it, so we've modified the stock seat to clear the trans tunnel. The steering column's been shifted around a little bit to give better ergonomics, and we're using a Willwood pedal assembly here, along with the GM drive-by-wire. As you can see from last month, this 70 Chevelle convertible has made some progress. We've got the entire sheet metal mocked up on here now, along with the aluminum radiator. This one we've welded AN fittings on it for AN style radiator hoses. They'll thread onto here and then go onto the threaded thermostat housing. This is 632 big block, as I mentioned, and we've also fitted the front remote reservoirs for the RideTech triple adjustable shocks. It'll be real easy to turn the knob to make your suspension adjustments. We've also made a panel here for our air conditioning hoses to go through the fender, and then made up with the AC compressor and components up here in the front of the car. This 70 Chevelle is also getting a lot of cool carbon fiber parts, like these carbon fiber Cobra seats and a big carbon fiber drive shaft. On this 52 Ford truck, we've got all the ergonomics figured out, the seats mounted, the steering column, etc. We even had it running. This is the sample of the wood that's going in the bed. This is black walnut. The power windows have already been fitted to the doors, and we've tested those out. And then the armrests on the seat, we extended them a little bit to give it a little more comfort. And then also, when they flip up, a child can ride in the center with the seat belts we'll be installing, and he'll have better back support than the short armrests that were in there before. As mentioned before, this is the Bosch 302 version of the Coyote engine, and we have it running, and I know you want to hear it. What do you think? Sounds pretty good, huh? The 55 Chevy with the LS7 swap is coming along as well. We're working on the exhaust system today. We're using the back half of the original, which was really nicely fabricated out of stainless steel. We're putting a flex joint and hooking it up to some long tube headers that more closely match the port shape of the LS7, and will give a lot more low-end torque. We're also fabricating a panel for the front of the radiator. This will allow more airflow through the radiator, and it'll also give it a cleaner look to the engine bay. We finished the chassis installation on this first-gen Camaro. It's getting the big block and a Tremec transmission. Then it's going back to the customer and he's going to finish this toy. This 66 Impala, we've installed some new interior components and repainted the dash. It's coming together really nicely and it'll be a nice driver. It's going to be driven around with just the primer on it this summer, but the interior is really turning out nice and it'll be at least finished in there nice and comfortable. This will be the next completed project that'll drive out of here. This is a 75 Trans Am with a genuine Pontiac engine. This one is the original 400 block. We've got CNC ported Kaufman heads, and it has a relatively mild hydraulic roller camshaft in it. It made 580 horsepower, 580 foot-pounds of torque. This is also fuel injected. As with all of our complete projects, this one also has a Schwartz chassis under it with the Schwartz logoed bear brake calipers, 14-inch Extreme Plus in this case. These are the wheels for the 75 Trans Am. These are 345/30/19 Michelins, and we had Circle Racing wheels make us a rally style wheel in a 19 by 13-inch width. Call me weird, but I just love the body style of these 1980 Corvettes. They're just a 3-year only body style, 80, 81, 82, and I just like them. They finally integrated the spoilers into the front end and molded the rear spoiler into the rear bumper. This one's getting a heart transplant. Another small block, 350. Jim's been working away on this 70 CUDA project, the right-hand drive car. All these components for the dash have been fabricated out of aluminum. That'll get padded and covered and stitched with leather. And then we've got AC vents installed and mocked up. We've got an instrument panel being manufactured to fit in here. And then we've also got the console. There's some detail on the rendering that we've started fabricating, these little aluminum pieces that come out of the rear deck lid. Again, that'll get padded, covered in leather with some speaker type vents, and then these aluminum accents will be there along with the aluminum grab handles on the door handles. These are the grab handles Jim fabricated to mimic the aluminum pieces on the rear deck lid. These will attach to the door panel, will go through the door panel something like this. We finally got the fender flares for this 67 Corvette. You know, basically those will get bonded on there something like that. You can see that the fenders kind of bulge outward and have kind of a bulged effect, kind of curved. These give more clearance for wider tires without the tacked on fender flare look of old school fender flares like they did back in the 60s when they road raced these cars. We also did the same thing to the rear fenders, and these have been bonded on already. So these are also bulged out for wider tire clearance. This one still needs some grinding work before we get around to doing the body work on it. Last month was a busy month. We had the Keystone Show in Washington, D.C. We had the Chicago Auto Show. My daughter Justina's '89 Camaro was in the Illinois Camaro Club display. Got a great reception to that car and a lot of positive feedback. And we were also at the Racing Performance Expo in St. Charles. We've had a lot of good feedback on our monthly update videos, and one question comes up is, we got a lot of stuff going on, and how do you get all that done? Well, there's 15 of us that work full-time here, so with that many people, you're bound to get a good amount of it done in a month's time.